So, we're looking at this joint here coming in by Levy, you know, Nikula, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it says that, you know, that the Biden, Joe Biden, crooked ass, you know what I'm saying? Intimate operations, Atlantic resolve in Europe, inch the nation towards a potential war with Russia. That's what he wants to do. He wants to start a war with these people. But we see the creepy ass president, acting president, cheating president, sign the order on Thursday allowing the Pentagon to call up as many as 3,000 reserve troops. Imagine that. See that shit? Calling up the troops. He's not supposed to be in war. I thought he was supporting. Why are you sending our soldiers over there into this war at all? You know what I'm saying? Talking about he's going to reserve troops to support Operation Atlantic Resolve in Europe. You know what I'm saying? He's lying. He's over there sending our troops into this battle and making this war more and more and more till it pushes a nuclear apocalypse. This is the demon Democrat holy apocalypse plan. This has always been their plan to destroy the United States because they have been, according to them, they have been defeated many times and now they want their revenge, and this is how they did it, by taking off those robes and going in to be politicians in our government and then manipulate them with bullshit. But we see the creepy ass has ordered up, 3,000 reserve troops to support Operation Atlantic Resolve in Europe. Listen to what we call it. Operation Atlantic Resolve in Europe. Yeah, and you're going to end up in Ukraine. The operation will be designated as a, contingent operation, said Army Lieutenant General Douglas A. Sims II, or whatever. Joint Staff Director of Operations during press briefing on Thursday. The new designation benefits troops and families with increased authority, entitlement, and access to reserve component forces and personal. Same said. Yeah, right. This ain't no more. And you putting us into a war that we should not be into. You know what I'm saying? But this creepy ass nutcase will do some dumb shit like this, of course. You know what I'm saying? Even when you're looking at talking about sending a hack over to Russia, the day of reckoning is coming. The day of bringing 34, 40, 50 nations in a new world order scheme of this whole apocalypse Luciferian, nutcase, race war shit that they like to talk about, and all type of shit they so. And nobody got time with that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody got time with that. And always, you see an Iowa judge block states fentanyl, states fatal heartbeat abortion ban today after Governor Kim Reynolds signed that deal. You know what I'm saying? As we see it. No reason one. You know what I'm saying? We see a gag order issued ahead of Texas AG Ken Paxton impeachment trial after inflammatory remarks. As we see, federal prosecutors urge takeover of Rikers Island. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because there's probably shit going on over there that should not be going on in no way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? In no way, shape, or form. And we see a lot of shit is going on. You know what I'm saying? Or we gonna have judges blocking everything Trump do. You know what I'm saying? To swoosh investigation. Bullshit investigation, really. You know what I'm saying? In all ways. You know what I'm saying? As we see Greasy Head Adams, you know what I'm saying? He's urging takeover. We see Texas Power use hit records high as heat wave. I guess the sun is really roasting. Ohio school student in need of kidney gets gift from unlikely source. His my teacher. That's beautiful to hear. You know what I'm saying? Gift of life. You know what I'm saying? By the mother. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. You know what I'm saying? We see a strike in Hollywood. Stars meet with union to discuss actors walk out. You know what I'm saying? That's right. They want some loot. They don't want no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We see typo in address blamed for millions of U.S. military emails misdirected to mails. Yeah, it's all kind of nutcase of you doing crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? When we look at it, you know what I mean? You know? In all ways, we see top Ohio evangelist leaders say people want to turn the page on Trump. You know what I'm saying? And they'd be stupid too. You know what I'm saying? They're going to turn the page into hell. That's for sure. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're going to do. They're going to turn the page right into hell. Keep on giving any kind of love or any kind of support to creepy Joe Biden. You've got to be out your fucking mind. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you have to support Trump in ways, but that's the only candidate seems to be with some kind of sense up there. You know what I'm saying? And this is the whole apocalypse until I guess the final hour. You know what I mean? But at the same time, that's the only candidate I see right now, because where's the black people that stepping up that's supposed to be running for office? You know what I'm saying? Where's the black people that's supposed to be stepping up to do a lot of things in society? You know what I'm saying? You have certain sets, but not to me, not that many. I'm not at all. You know what I'm saying? I don't see no black people up there constantly every election trying to become president. Or become police officers, or any of these type of jobs. Everybody don't have to be, a scoundrel, a criminal, a killer, a gangster, and a shooter. You know what I'm saying? And all type of dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't let no style or no music direct how you think that your life should go. That is not reality. That's still a box. You know what I'm saying? And your mind is being, captivated by that. But we see Alabama Republicans, despite Supreme Court ruling, reject calls for second major black house district. You know what I'm saying? As we see. But we see this one is coming about Politico, Associated Press 10 hours ago, Eastern Standard Time. You know what I'm saying? But we see where Alabama Republicans under order of the U.S. Supreme Court to review congressional districts to give minority voters a greater voice in the election. He rejected call Monday to craft a second majority black district, you know what I'm saying, a majority black district, you know what I'm saying, and propose a map testing the judge directives. Yeah. Black votes. I hope when you're trying to do that, and a whole bunch of people that just jumped the border over there as well. You know what I'm saying? Progressive U.S. Congresswoman apologized for calling Israel a racist state. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that apology would be warranted at all, as far as what she said. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And she have a right to say whatever she wants, because as we see what's going on over there with the whole situation, does not make any sense at all, nor do any of the people who is there should really be there. Every single one of them is an invader. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. The only people that are original to that land is the black Africans, who they continue to run off the land for some reason and be murdering and killing them, like you see in the movie Darfur, and as you see what's going on today in Sudan. You know what I'm saying? You need to dig in deeper on the Sudan issue. You know what I'm saying? But we see Obama speaks out against profoundly misguided book bans on school libraries. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, which ones? The gay books? with his sweet bomber self. Go sit down somewhere with that dumb shit. But we see House GOP consider holding Zuckerberg in contempt of Congress. Yeah, they need to take his ass and put him in contempt of Congress. His crooked, bald-headed, looking like a damn, to me, look like a damn clone or some kind of stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? A robot probably, you know what I'm saying? He don't look real. But we see this is coming in by Hillary Vance, you know what I'm saying, Chase Williams, 12 hours ago Eastern Standard Time, coming off the Business Insider. 12 hours ago Eastern Standard Time. You know what I'm saying? Coming off the politics for business, Fox Business, you know what I'm saying? But we see here this situation where we have a situation where the first on Fox, House Judiciary Chairman Jim Jordan, you know what I'm saying? Jim Jordan, again on the move, Jim Jordan, you know what I'm saying? Republican of Ohio, is strongly considering holding Meta CEO Mark Zucker pedophilia nutcase Zuckerberg in contempt of Congress this month, a move that could happen as early as next week. Sources with direct knowledge of the situation tells Fox Business News or whatever that Meta, formerly known as Face Ass fucking dumbass Booker ass me, pedophilia highway, has not provided any internal communication regarding the company's censorship efforts. Jordan, who ascended to the top position of the powerful House Judiciary Committee early this year, has aggressively targeted the big tech grant for international documents since serving in the minority on the committee that's Congress. You know what I'm saying? But after Republicans took control of the House, you know what I'm saying, of Representatives in January, the Judiciary Committee, led by Jordan, you know what I'm saying, it officially issues Meta subpoena for censorship documents, you know what I'm saying, censorship documents in February of this year. You know what I'm saying? It made Jordan, you know what I'm saying, in May, Jordan followed up with a Meta to warn that the company response was insufficient, failing to comply with the subpoena requested for international communication amongst Meta employees. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they hired his shit because he knew he censored a whole lot of shit that he shouldn't have did. And he did it in order to get Joe Biden elected, you know what I'm saying? And knowing that people would jump to Facebook and started to talk and run their mouth as far as, you know what I'm saying, the garbage and what Zuckerberg did to kill Joe Biden and hide a lot of the pedophilia and the nastiness that's what's going on even then. But we see 30 years, Bronx veteran Edward Coban, you know what I'm saying, named first ever Latino NYPD commissioner. All right, that sounds good. That sounds real good. You know what I'm saying? And he should do good for the Latino people. And I'm hoping on that. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with a Boricua. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, group sued Florida over latest immigration laws. What is suing them over immigration laws? You can't flood other states. There has to be some form of immigration laws and some kind of population law for certain states. You cannot overload the United States to cut the bullshit out. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to constantly flood out of state, and then next thing you know, you can't stop the flood from coming. But you know what I'm saying? It's different if it's people in America moving around, but you're talking about, you know, 4.9 million people coming in this country when this country is already overloaded. America is not that big as people are trying to make it out to be. Like I told you, if you could put about 5 or 6 America into Africa. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we see that going on, but we see this is coming about Andrew you know what I'm saying, Atterbury, you know what I'm saying, 14 hours ago, you know what I'm saying, coming on to be political. But we see several groups sued DeSantis administration Monday over Florida latest anti-immigration laws, arguing that it inflicts enormous harm on people's ability to go about their daily lives. You know what I'm saying? What we see here filed in Miami federal court, the lawsuit, argues the wide range of immigration policies enacted by Florida early this year. You know what I'm saying? At the behest of Governor Governor Ron DeSantis, a Republican presidential candidate who regularly criticized how Joe Biden, crazy behind, is dealing with the surge of migrants across into the U.S. at the southern border. In challenging the new law, the group are seeking to block the states from enforcing it on the ground that it could impede federal immigration authorities and lead to unlawful arrest and prosecution and harassment. You know what I'm saying? As we know, the situation with that is still something that needs to be worked out, because, like I said, you cannot have every single body running up into the country, you know what I'm saying, and flooding out the country. You know what I'm saying? You can't put, if there's 52 million people here already, let's say, give it a hypothetical number, let's say there's 52 million people that have fit into America, and all we see that's going on in America, and then all of a sudden a 4.9 million or billion people come from it, it's going to flood out and cause a lot of contentions and bottleneck. Now people get, you know what I'm saying, America can't keep taking in every single body and flooding out our countries. It's nice to know that we're here to help everybody and this and that and the third, but what mostly needs to happen is that they need to have these other countries stop the bullshit, and America needs to stay out of their country, like, you know, stay out of Russia and Ukraine. And instigating of shit, you know, working their holy Luciferian apocalyptic plans. They need to calm down with that. You know what I'm saying? But we see all eyes is on China after Russia leaves Black Sea game deal. You know what I'm saying? Okay. We see Kerry Kennedy, you know what I'm saying, rebukes brothers Robert F. Kennedy after he links COVID-19 to COVID-19 and Jewish people. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wow. But that's between him. And I'm not going to get into that too tough. But we see where he is accusing this situation in itself, and he has a right to his own opinion. It doesn't matter what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's the good thing about America, that we have to keep in line. You know what I'm saying? So whether she lashes out or not, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't change what he said. You know what I'm saying? Because once you say it, there's no taking it back. But Robert F. Kennedy, you know what I'm saying, a demon Democratic presidential, you know what I'm saying, contender, was quoted as saying, you know, the COVID was targeted to attack Caucasians and Black people, and that the Jewish people are not immune, or most immune. You know what I'm saying? Well, you see he's saying that, you know what I'm saying, I'm most immune. You know what I'm saying? But Robert Kennedy line blast, I guess Kerry Kennedy, you know what I'm saying, of demon Democratic Robert Kennedy, you know, line blasted her brother in a brief statement Monday after a report quoted him as saying that the COVID-19 was targeted to attack Caucasians and Black people. And he said that the Jewish people are not almost immune. I strongly condemn my brother, you know, deplorable and unlawful and untruthful remarks as remarks last week about the COVID being, engineered for genetic targeting. You know what I'm saying? I believe that. I believe it was that. You know what I'm saying? You could apologize all you want, but he said it, and this is coming from John F. Kennedy's Robert Kennedy, I guess, son. You know what I'm saying? But Robert F. Kennedy, human rights she was, this and that. I understand what he said, and that's the way you can see. But we see Robert Kennedy Jr., he would not back the eventual Demon Democrat nominee. Of course, I am not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? So he's coming out hard and off the card. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to leave to see where he goes with this one. You know what I'm saying? It would make a good champion to run along with Donald J. Trump. But we see citing Trump case, Pentagon leaked suspect, I guess his name is, I don't know how to say his name. He urged judge to release him while he awaits trial. You know what I'm saying? We need more whistleblowers stepping up. You know what I'm saying? We need more whistleblowers stepping up. It's important that we do. You know what I'm saying? But we see both staff had to hose down a Walmart. What? You know what? They ain't even getting over that. But we see Elon Musk wants to create a super intelligent AI because he thinks a smarter AI is less likely to wipe out humanity. He's lying, wordplaying, and full of shit. Period. You know what I'm saying? He's wordplaying and full of dude. Let's just get it straight. He wants to create a robot that will take out humanity. You know what I'm saying? We see Elton John testifies for defense in Kevin Spacey sexual assault trial. Okay. All right. As we see, Turning Point Action student activists were torn between Trump and DeSantis last year. Not anymore. You know what I'm saying? Not anymore. You know what I'm saying? This is coming in by Jill, you know what I'm saying? Look like Cullivan, 13 hours ago, Eastern Standard Time, coming off the Associated Press. But people listen to the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, speak at a Turnout Point Action Conference Saturday, July 15, 2023, in West Palm Beach, Florida. You know what I'm saying? We see Miranda Nelson left and Soren Nelson right, you know what I'm saying, from Ann Arbor, Michigan, and Dolan Breyer from Kent City, Michigan, talked about the Republican Party during the Turning Point Action Conference Sunday. You know what I'm saying? As we see. So we see Trump is leading the show. We see, you know what I'm saying, Trump insists recording of him showing off secret documents is actually, it's actually exoneration. It's actually an exoneration. You know what I'm saying? We read about that one before. You know what I'm saying? We see Creep Joe Biden, you know what I'm saying, $39 billion stolen plan. He's trying to go forgiveness on that. We see Demon Democrats push DHS for plans to root out international extremists. We'll start with the Ku Klux Klan and creepy ass Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? Maybe things will get a lot. It wouldn't get that better that fast, but it'll be a help. This one is going to ride Rebecca off the hill. You know what I'm saying? But we see more than 60 congressional Demon Democrats, and this came in by Rebecca, versus 9 hours ago, Eastern Standard Time off the hill. But we see 60 congressional Demon Democrats are calling on the Department of Homeland Security, you know what I'm saying, Alexandria Mayorkas, Quesas, to detail actions you have to take to weed out extremists within your ranks. Woo! Citing a report finding of members of the the far right, have ties to the department. What would the far right have to do with the ties to the department? What difference would it make? This sounds like a demon Democrat. What they need to do is get rid of, this screwball jackass, got up in here, you talking shit. And I ain't seen no impeachment or none of that coming out of his ass. And he's steady up the time, getting shit. But we see demon Democrat urge Republicans to, rescind John F. Kennedy invitation to testify. I wonder why. Why would you want to rescind, Robert F. Kennedy invitation to testify? You know what I'm saying? You see John Kerry, bald-headed self, John Kerry jets off to China to talk climate again and admit questions over plane use. Yeah, key. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We see Warren asked the secretary, I guess, to investigate Tulsa over Musk Twitter takeover. We see that fire coming down. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. You know what I'm saying? You see Biden speaks to, Netanyahu, whatever his name is. You know what I'm saying? As White House prepares for, Hazard meeting or whatever. Yeah, it sounds like a more creepy ass shit. You know what I'm saying? We see Corey Bosch, medication, abortion, and lifeline. She's not enough. You know what I'm saying? What is going on is what needs to be really changed in more ways than one. We see creepy Joe Biden campaign staff up with former White House aide Cedric Richmond and fundraising leader. Anybody would support this clown or elect this man, you've got to be out your cotton picking mind. You know what I'm saying? Rather than put your own up there and do something about that. We see Iran resumes, in famous morality police to enforce mandatory hijab law, whatever, you know what I'm saying? We go that nonsense, because an Iowa judge temporarily holds 6 weeks abortion law. You know what I'm saying? We see U.S. sends F-35s and F-16s to the Gulf region after Iran attempts to seize oil tanker. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. Of course, that's a, yeah. You know what I'm saying? We see Apple phone from 2007 sells for more than 190,000 at auctions. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? We see the NOAA issues watch for minor radiation storm after powerful solar flare. You know what I'm saying? As we see. You know what I'm saying? But we see how the Judiciary Committee warns Meta about alleged censorship and threats, or whatever you call it. No, they were doing that. They need to jump all over Mark Zuckerberg and wind his ass up. You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't nothing but a clown to me. You know what I'm saying? He's full of shit. You know what I'm saying? He's full of shit in all ways. We see the scientists PACs use, you know what I'm saying, AI-generated Trump voice in an ad attack on the President of the United States. Well, he could do that, but he's still standing with Trump on my level, and I'm not going to see it any other way. You know what I'm saying? We see that Vatican in Missouri to meet with creep Joe Biden on Russia deportation of children. You know what I'm saying? And as we see, ain't much more going on that we see. We see UN say the Taliban have further increased restrictions on women and girls in Afghanistan. See the bullshit? How you gonna restrict the women? So you restricting your mother, your grandmother, and everybody else? And you came out of their guts, and the only way to get on this planet is through a woman's leg, which is a porthole. What is you talking about, Taliban? You sound like a bunch of dumb ass, fucking gay ass, I don't know, doing stupid shit. Why are you restricting the women and covering them up and all of this and that with this fake ass fucking religion that you seems to be running with all over the planet, showing these people this shit? You can't even see the women. They completely covered up in heat. And now how they're spared of Africa and shit. And you talking about remove restrictions and all this and that. You a fake ass religion, you know what I'm saying, and a discriminator against women. And that's just the way we're going to see it. Talking about some Taliban, all the Tala ass. Sick of hearing them. Somebody needs to do something about that. You know what I'm saying? And somebody really needs to do about that. You know what I'm saying? We see Swatch sues Malaysia over Pride Watch seizure. You know what I'm saying? Okay. You know what I'm saying? We see media industry is in turmoil, and that's not changing anytime soon. You know what I'm saying? Ohio Secretary of State Frank Rose announced 24/7 campaign. You know what I'm saying? As we see Joe Biden and Sanders meet union organizers at mid-labor turmoil. Yeah, like it's green. You know what I'm saying? They ain't no more than a demon Democrat talking about an independent. You know what I'm saying? Experts urge health regulators to approve turning point dimension drug. We see Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get into all of that. But right now we're looking at the labor and many other things that's coming in on the boom bib in the line as lives. You know what I'm saying? We see the Gilgo Beach situation has come back on the market. You know what I'm saying? The Gilgo Beach serial killer, you know what I'm saying? I guess his name is Rex something Hillerman or whatever, alleged had just one question for his jailers. You know what I'm saying? He had one question for the jailer after he didn't kill all them women and kill all these people. You know what I'm saying? I don't get the point. You know what I'm saying? But we see accused. This is coming in by can't really see the name on that one. You know what I'm saying? But it's coming in 7 hours ago. Eastern Standard Time. We gotta get to it. This is New York Post. Sorry for not mentioning no names. You know what I'm saying? But we see one of them. One of the first names I can't pronounce. Reuben Fenton and George Fitzgibson. 7 hours ago Eastern Standard Time. But we see accused Gilgo Beach serial killer Rex Herman, whatever his name is, alleged had only one question for his Long Island jailkeepers as he was being processed for his arrest last week. Is it in the news? You know what I'm saying? But we see a 59-year-old, hulking architect charged with murdering 3 women and suspected in the deaths of the 4th, asked about newfound notary after getting picked up outside a Midtown office last week. The accused killer, you know what I'm saying, reported source to hear about himself surfaced as state police officials said an investigator assigned to the cold case in February identified Herman, whatever his name is, as a suspect in just 1 month. As we see, into the bottom of that good bullshit. You know what I'm saying? There's always some shit going on. You know what I'm saying? When you look around, there's always some shit going on. We see where a guest who Roger Stone just predicted would be deemed in Democratic 24 presidential nomination. We don't give a flying fuck. We see a non-stop gunfight. You know, Trump Chief of Staff John Kelly warns against chaotic plans to consolidate power in second term. You know what I'm saying? Always that one. You know what I'm saying? We see it here where, you know, Trump comes out on the CNN today. They say Trump puts DOJ in the bin. You know what I'm saying? But we see, you know what I'm saying, DOJ in the bin. You see, it says CNN senior legal analyst, you know what I'm saying, elite, earlier, whatever, warning, DOJ could never do anything that is intended to or appears to be intended to influence an election. They are in a difficult spot now because unavoidably Donald Trump is very likely to be a part of the election. Let's get that straight. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that straight. You know what I'm saying? We said what? Let's get that straight. You see Senator Mike Lee, you know, threatens to invoke War Power Act over latest development in Ukraine. And they need to. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one, they need to, because there's a lot of bullshit that we're beginning to see that's going on in this matter that should not be going on, and there's no way America should be backing up Ukraine in any shape or form based on anything to do with Ukraine. We see media titan Barry Diller delivers doomsday forecast. Active writer strikes could lead to Hollywood absolutely collapsing. It need to collapse, that crazy ass place. You know what I'm saying? But you need to pay them people right. We see the governor, Georgia governor, asked if he would support Trump in 2024. Here's what his response: we don't give a flying crap what he has to say, really. You know what I'm saying? We see specific individuals by name in White House cocaine scandal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it's getting better every day. But we see here where we need to start to look at things at a more better perspective. You know what I'm saying? No matter what the news may be, it still does not lead to much when we look at people and the things that they do in this world today. You know what I'm saying? And have been doing for a very long time. We know that, and there is no denying that fact. But we also need to understand that there is no way changes is going to come just by putting the trust into, you know, other people, as if, you know, you're going to be able to make those changes happen. You know what I'm saying? We have to start to look at it as a people and use the people's power in the same game as we see. You know what I'm saying? We cannot just leave the game up to everyone else, and if we're not, then we have to make more better choices. You know what I'm saying? We have to make way better choices. The choices cannot simply be the choices that we see that led to the bullshit that we just seen going on in more ways than one. You know what I'm saying? And have led to many things, even outside of that, to lead us into, you know, a situation that is 100% ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Even by these people doing these things in more ways than one, they left us in complete, and many people in complete bamboozle, because the people choose to want to have this demon democratic lying ass garbage. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying just because they're demon Democrats that they don't have good intentions or can be good candidates. That's not what I'm saying. But when you look at the demon democratic machine, you're not going to see them be able to present that, because in more ways than one, they got to bite the bullet and follow the line. You know what I'm saying? Or they're going to get accused, blackballed, like Andy Fauci was doing. A lot of experts and doctors and people who are out here who they never see. You don't have to be an expert and a scientist. This is super creepy ass Fauci didn't seem to understand that he was looking like a bullshitter from the very beginning. Even when he was standing up there with Trump with a mean face while Trump was on the podium talking, he said, with a mean face with his hands crossed like he was big top dog, and I'm gonna get you guys for sure. You know what I'm saying? And all this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no expert like that in no shape or form. I'm saying, and he was not to have that type of power, but he sit there and fool all the American people using this position and this bullshit because he was able to put the creep Joe Biden to hire him back. You know what I'm saying? When Trump fired him, his tenure should have been up because he was fired by the United States President Donald J. Trump. He was not to get any position back with Biden. You know what I'm saying? And then turn around and making deals and mandates and all kinds of shit in Alito, the Kathy Hochul, Cuomo, Romo Raz, and the rest of them. And then he's telling us he's science. How is he science? Him and Bill Gates and the rest of the Mayorkas and all the NHI and the World Health, and then to me, they're full. They have lost the American trust in all ways. But you cannot change these things unless people step up rather than relying on them. Because if people remember, in some of my very first videos, I kept repeating the same thing before everything went down to the fullness of the bloom, is to watch the medical field. Watch the medical field. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. And I wonder how many people remember that video. I think it might have been still up there, I don't know. But, they heard me repeating that saying. How are you going to change something when you continue to support something that is really nothing, that's leading you into a war that can get us in a whole lot of trouble? You know what I'm saying? Like in the movie, The Terminator, where the real world they were in was completely destroyed, to where the machine world, you know what I'm saying, was going, a Skynet or whatever, had machines running over people's skull. That's how long they were fighting and how many people that machines had exterminated. They exterminated so many people that the machines were riding on top of their skulls and crushing their skulls, and their skulls had been there for numerous years, dried up, and all you could see is skulls. You know what I'm saying? The machines just going around murdering people. And you got Elon Musk on the way talking about some fucking smart AI ain't gonna wipe out humanity and shit. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the Chinese over there in Cuba building bases, and you got Ukraine and the NATO nations over here in Russia fighting these, you know what I'm saying? And all this bullshit going on. While the rest of the people and the regular people are caught in the middle. So how is you going to make a change by staying silent or voting for the same evil that got you in this mess to begin with? So this is Point Black saying, stay right, stay tight, and stay in the fight. Think about it tonight, or else you're going to be in trouble, and there ain't going to be no turning it back. But you're going to leave your grandkids and your children in this mess if they survive, which they're supposed to, longer than you. And you're going to put them in a hell that they're going to not be able to bring out of because they're going to have the power. You know what I'm saying? You need to give them the power now. Put it in their head. Make them strong. Make them understand that they can control the destiny. Not in the Luciferian, blood-sucking, vampire-killing, murdering type shit. We be seeing some of this shit going on in TV to the point where if that's the way it was to turn out, this is the shit that you're going to do. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just complete garbage. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Reform. Be strong. But we have to centralize and then organize and centralize in order to do anything, to make it profound and strong. That means the people power must come on. So this is Point Black saying, farewell. One, we will begin.